In the NFL, a team's fortunes can change in a year, sure. But what the New England Patriots just did, well, it's almost unheard of. It just defies all logic. It goes against everything we think we know about how you build a contender in this league. Honestly, this isn't just a comeback story. It's like a complete resurrection from the ashes. Welcome to NFL Nexus, where we break down the stories behind the box scores. Today, we are diving deep into how the Patriots went from the absolute basement of the league to the Super Bowl in what has to be one of the most incredible, drama-filled seasons in recent memory. This is a story of records, revenge, and the potential rebirth of a football titan. Let's get right into it. All right, just get a load of this because this slide right here tells you pretty much everything you need to know about how insane this run has been. So in 2024, the Patriots were a joke, a total afterthought, a 4-13 record. I mean, that's not just bad, that's bottom of the barrel, picking in the top 5 of the draft bad. It was a season filled with frustration, endless questions about the future, and this general feeling that the dynasty wasn't just over, it was like a distant memory. Okay, now fast forward just one single year. Look at that other column, 14-3. A complete, total 180-degree reversal. That's not just a good season, that's a historic 10-game improvement that ties them for one of the greatest single-season turnarounds in the history of the sport. The question every single person in and around the league is asking is, how in the world did this happen? You know, their path to the Super Bowl wasn't paved with all these flashy plays or 40-point blowouts. No, it was forged in the trenches. It was a gritty, muddy, bloody-knuckle kind of battle against the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship, a total throwback to a tougher era of football. That final score, 10-7, it tells you everything you need to know. This was not a game for the faint of heart. It was a defensive slugfest, a chess match where every single yard was earned. This game was the perfect summary of their entire season. It was built on the back of a suffocating, relentless defense that Mike Vrabel put together, a unit that just specialized in creating pressure and forcing turnovers at the most critical moments. And on offense, they did just enough. They were methodical, they controlled the clock, and when they needed a play, their rookie quarterback, Drake May, delivered with a game-winning touchdown run. It was ugly, it was tough, but hey, it was a win. But the real drama, the story that gives this whole season its edge, yeah, that was happening off the field. Okay, now let's pull back the curtain on the real story here, because the on-field product is only half of it. This is a tale of betrayal, revenge, and one man's relentless quest for redemption. And it all centers on their first-year head coach, Mike Vrabel. Look, every coach wants to win the Super Bowl, but for him, this isn't just a game. It is intensely, deeply personal. To really understand this season, you have to understand the journey he took to get back to New England in the first place. The very moment the clock hit 0 in that AFC Championship game, this bombshell just dropped on Instagram. It's from a player named Marcel, and it's a simple but an absolutely devastating message: Vrabel to the Bull. I hope the Titans organization is happy. And it's followed by a single teary-eyed, laughing emoji. Now, on its own, a casual fan might just scroll right past it. But in the NFL world, this single post sent shockwaves through the entire league. It was a digital shot heard round the football world. A simple message, sure, but the subtext here is everything. And to understand why it's so explosive, you gotta know the backstory. So here's the deal. Before taking the Patriots job, Mike Vrabel was the really successful head coach of the Tennessee Titans. I mean, he took them to an AFC Championship game himself. He was the AP Coach of the Year. But his departure was messy. It was shrouded in all these rumors of a power struggle with the front office over personnel decisions and just the future direction of the team. So this Instagram post from a player connected to that world, it isn't just some random comment. It's a direct hit on the Titans management. It's a crystal clear sign that there's bad blood, that players and people close to the situation feel the organization made a colossal mistake. It's a public "I told you so" now that Vrabel, in his very first season away from them, is on the brink of a Super Bowl with a new team. This right here is what vindication looks like. This whole season, every single gritty win, every defensive stop, every step closer to that championship has been about this one word. For Coach Vrabel, this season is the ultimate proof that he was right all along. It's a statement that his philosophy, his brand of tough, disciplined, team-first football, it works at the highest level. Turning a 4-win team into a Super Bowl contender in his first year isn't just impressive, it's a mic drop moment aimed squarely at his old front office. It is the ultimate clapback without him having to say a single word. And believe it or not, the story gets even more epic from here. Because this is so much bigger than just one coach's redemption, as compelling as that story is. We're now moving into the realm of legacy. The New England Patriots are on the cusp of making history yet again, of cementing their place as the greatest dynasty the NFL has ever seen. The record books, which they already rewrote throughout the 2000s and 2010s, are about to be rewritten one more time. 12. Just look at that number on the screen. Let that sink in for a moment. 12 Super Bowl appearances. With this trip to Super Bowl LX, the New England Patriots now stand completely alone at the top of the mountain. They have officially broken their tie with other historic franchises and now hold the sole record for the most Super Bowl appearances by any team ever. In a league that is built on parity with a salary cap designed specifically to prevent long-term dominance, reaching the championship game 12 times is just staggering. It speaks to a level of sustained excellence that is simply unparalleled. No other team in history has been a more frequent guest at the NFL's biggest party.
And this isn't just some recent thing. This timeline shows a franchise that has been a Super Bowl fixture for decades. From their very first trip way back in 1985, a loss that really set the stage for what was to come, to that shocking win in 2001 that launched the first dynasty, they've given us some of the most unforgettable moments in sports history. The goal line stand against the Seahawks in 2014, the impossible 28-3 comeback against the Falcons in 2016, the defensive battle against the Rams in 2018. This franchise has literally defined the modern Super Bowl era. And now, in 2026, after just a few years in the wilderness, they're back to reclaim their throne.
But look, getting there is one thing. Winning is everything. That's what separates the good from the legendary. Right now, the Patriots are on a tie with the Pittsburgh Steelers, another iconic franchise, for the most Super Bowl victories in history, with 6 apiece. Think about that for a second. Over 60 years of Super Bowls, and these two teams sit together at the top. This game, Super Bowl LX, isn't just for another trophy to put in the case. It's for the undisputed title of the greatest, most successful franchise in NFL history. A win here puts them in a class all by themselves. It ends the debate. So here we are, the improbable comeback season, the coach's quest for revenge, the mountain of historical records on the line. It all comes down to this: one game, one winner, and a legacy hanging in the balance. All of these incredible narrative threads are coming together on the biggest stage in American sports for what really promises to be one game for the ages. And what a showdown it is. The AFC champion New England Patriots, with their suffocating, physical, Vrabel-led defense, against the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks, a team known for its dynamic, high-flying offense. It is a classic clash of styles, strength against strength. It's also a rematch of Super Bowl XLI hacks, a game that went down to the final heart-stopping play and is considered one of the greatest of all time. The storylines are endless, the history between these two teams is real, and the stage is set for an absolute epic. But amidst all the team glory, all the talk of records and dynasties, let's bring it back to one man with a chance to make history in a way no one else ever has. For all the team records on the line, for Mike Vrabel, this game is about more than just a ring as a coach. It's about etching his name into the NFL history books forever, in a category all his own.
And this right here, this is where the story becomes legendary. Most people might forget this, but Mike Vrabel was a cornerstone of that first Patriots dynasty. He was a tough, smart, versatile linebacker who won 3 Super Bowl rings playing for New England. Now he's back as their head coach. So if the Patriots win, Mike Vrabel will become the first person in the entire history of the National Football League to win a Super Bowl as both a player and a head coach for the exact same franchise. That has never been done. Just by getting to the game, he's already joined this super exclusive club of only 3 other people to even make it to the Super Bowl as both a player and a head coach for any team. This is a level of success, a level of belonging to a single franchise's championship DNA that is almost unheard of in professional sports. So that leaves us with the ultimate question. A new coach in Mike Vrabel who has instantly changed the entire culture. A new franchise quarterback in Drake May, who has proven he can win on the biggest stage. An immediate return to the Super Bowl after just one rebuilding season. So we have to ask, is this just a one-year wonder? A magical run fueled by revenge and grit? Or are we on the verge of witnessing the beginning of a second Patriots dynasty? They've already shocked the world just to get here. The rest of the NFL should be very, very nervous. So what do you think? Is this a flash in the pan or the start of something new? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to NFL Nexus for more in-depth analysis all year long. And one quick note, if you want to help support the channel, we've actually created a series of football-themed coloring books. They're perfect for kids, grandkids, or even for adults looking to unwind. You can check them out using the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. Thanks so much for watching.